let me just, oh, so I've just missed the beginning of my map for the perfect formula. Anyway, so we found a winning product in a category you know lots about. We've found the right factory. We've ordered the samples and we get the samples back. We then order the bestseller, we compare, we look, we scrutinize, and we see how we can make things better. We can read the reviews. They always leave clues. Then what we're going to do is we're going to choose a brand name and we're going to think about, you know, the logo, the packaging, the look of everything. And also at the same time, we're going to go onto the trademark register and just check that that brand isn't already registered in one of those categories that we want ours to be registered in. Okay, so we don't actually choose a name until we've checked the USPTO in the States or the IPO here in the UK. Once we've done that, we know the name's available. We're like, okay, bingo, this is time to go. We then apply for that trademark. Again, all of this is in the learning platform, but I'm just learning, I'm just sort of linking up the thought process, okay? Once we've then got that trademark, we've got the brand name, we then will look to placing the order, going through the logistics, the planning, the how much is it, all of that, and making sure the figures work, okay? We don't order anything until we know those figures are working. Now, the first order will get DDP, so we'll have due to delivery paid, so we know the full landed price. And then, of course, as we order bigger numbers down the road, we might work with X Works, and we may even then have our own freight company. But in the beginning, we'll ask the supplier to arrange everything. While the goods are on the water, well, actually before that, we've sent them the labels from our Seller Central account. And while they're on the water, then we're working on the listing because we've had to do the listing before to get the labels, but we may be populating more. We may be adding more images. We may be adding the video because remember, we've got the trademark, so we can do that. And then we'll be working on our 90-day strategy. Because when we launch on Amazon, we have to have a strategy. We don't just launch on Amazon and become the best seller overnight. It never, ever works like that. We have to have a 90-day ad strategy, and we have to have this in hand ready for when we get the products inbound. On your Seller Central account, you'll see those products coming into stock. You'll be able to know, right, my products are coming in. You can see them in your Seller Central. It's all very exciting. And then they become in the available column. And then all of those numbers become available. That's when we know the product is available for sales and it will appear on Amazon. And we will enroll in the Vine program, which is our early reviewer program. That means that Amazon will choose their Vine voices from the early reviewer program, and they will be able to get the product for free. You can choose how many you want to give for free, and they will leave us nice reviews. Well, not always nice, but reviews, videos, images. But it's a way of waking up the algorithm and getting Amazon to know, hello, here we are. We're a new brand. We've just entered the category. Okay, so that's super important. When we launch, we have our strategy, but we also have enrolled in Vine. And then we launch the product. And then obviously every day we're checking our ad campaigns. We're making sure everything's working. We're looking at the feedback that people have brought the product. We're looking at our Vine reviewers as well. And we're seeing the kind of feedback that's coming through. And then with our ads, we're working on that 90-day strategy to get us to the first page. Okay, remember, you're going to be ranking in different places with different keywords, but overall, that is what we're aiming for. So in a nutshell, that is the map for the perfect product formula, which is my formula that I teach. And of course, for those of you who are on the course, they are all taught throughout the first 4 modules. And of course, in between module 3 and module 4, you've also got the classrooms, all from 2024. This one will also be put on there after tonight. And you've got also access to some trending products, to some products that are making good sales. So I'm always updating that, either me or my team in there every month. So you can access those tools, those products, and really have a look at them. Even if they're in a different marketplace, it probably means that it's working here in the UK too. And you don't just have to sell here in the UK. So let me share my screen. I've also put this into a visual diagram. Let me just see that you are seeing the same. So again, find a winning product in a familiar area, in an area that you know lots about, find the right factory, order and approve the samples, improve and buy bestseller, choose the brand name, logo and packaging, trademark brand name and logo, work with the factory to handle the logistics, the pricing, the shipping, etc. Obviously, the other thing that comes here is the labels. Then while it's on the ocean or in the air, we've already prepared the listing. If we are doing it for you, if we are done for you, we've already done all this because we do this a bit earlier, but you may want to add to this if you're doing this on your own. Images would have been populated, but you may again want to add and change and, you know, just make it really, really perfect. And then once the goods land, you'll enroll in Vine. You'll already have that developed 90-day ad strategy, and then you will launch. So hopefully that journey map gives you a nice overview of really what we're working towards. And again, if you're on the done with you, you'll be working up until delivering to Amazon, done for you as the whole thing. Online course, obviously you just follow the steps in the module, okay? So hopefully that will answer a lot of those questions around just wanting to join those modules up, just wanting to join those step-by-step processes up for you, so it makes a little bit more sense. I know in the beginning it's really hard because you want to know all the steps. It's like, okay, I want to know, like, what is everything that I'm going to be doing? And obviously each one of those steps has so many steps and it can be overwhelming, but just lifting yourself out of the process a little bit and almost like you're a bird and you're kind of flying over, you know, these are like all of the milestones that I would say, the big milestones that have obviously got some steps within them, but it helps you see, okay, this is what I'm going to do first. That's what I'm going to do next. That's what I'm going to do next. And I know there's people on here that are very like that. They want to know in detail every single thing before they get going, but you have to trust the process. Okay. So hopefully that will show you a little bit more about how and the steps that we're going to take. Okay, thank you, Lou. So yeah, the visual's good. It kind of, some people are visual, some people want it written, you know, it's kind of, obviously there are bits and, you know, there's always bits we can add in, but it's just kind of giving you that visual. So for Luque, good questions. Yes, I have lots and lots of freight companies. I can definitely put them onto the platform and share them with you. What I would say is in the beginning, don't worry too much about freight because freight changes on a minute-to-minute basis. It's like stocks and shares. So in the beginning, you may find the factories a little bit reluctant to give you freight prices because ultimately what they're doing is supplying you with product. But once they know that you're going to be buying those products, you can ask for a DDP rate for them to be delivered into Amazon. They'll want to know the Amazon address, which initially is impossible because until you put the listing in and create the labels, you don't actually know which Amazon they're going to be sending them to. So I would just pick one that's like in the middle of England, like Ellistown is normally the one that my goods get sent to and clients. So I just pick one and give them one of the addresses and say, this could be subject to change, but you'll get an idea. DDP is always a nice way to do it because it means duty delivery paid. So you, when it hits the port, if it's ex works or FOB, there's going to be customs and VAT and lots of different things due on those goods reaching the port, which can be quite scary the first time you guys are doing it. So what I would say to you is when you're working on smaller shipments like 50, 100, 200, just ask for them, okay, once you've done the unit price and you've got all that agreed, just ask them, what is the DDP price for you to deliver these goods by ocean into Amazon? Give them the postcode and they will let you know. They'll say, oh, this is going to be $1.50 or $1.15 or $2.30. It's a much easier way because you pay the factory for that and you know there's no other goods, there's no other hidden costs are going to hit you when they hit the port. Because otherwise it's like you have to pay for the shipping, then you have to pay for the duty, then you have, and there's so many different things. And if you're late by 1 day, every single day they will hold your goods in the port, you'll get fees and payments and late fees. And trust me, it's a nightmare. I've had before, like, 19,000 units hitting here. I've got 20, and it's logistically, if you haven't got a good logistics company, it's a nightmare to handle. So I would just say small units at the beginning, DDP, you might overpay 50 cents on a unit, but it's really not a big deal. And that's the way I would work. So yes, I can share those with you. I'll gladly put them on the platform. In terms of the 90-day ad strategy, what I would do, it's very different compared sort of product to product, what you'll need to develop. We normally have an ad strategy based on category, based on product, based on how competitive the category is. It will be a mixture of how much we're going to be spending on ads a day, just kind of a very basic rule of thumb. In the UK, we'll probably be spending £10 a day in the beginning across our ads. The first few days, we'll just start the regular ads like the manual and the automatic. And then based on that, we'll take out the negative keywords, and then we'll start more complicated ad strategies with the videos and things like that. So as we develop each product and each brand, we'll have a 90-day strategy. And of course, we can talk about that a little bit more, Feluke, once we know what product you're doing. But that will be based on, product, competitors, keywords, how competitive the keywords are, and we'll have a bit of a map. What I would say is sometimes people launch a product and they expect, like, initially it's going to be flying to the first page. And, sometimes we do have that happen. And we've just launched a product in the States that, and I touched on it last at December, because we just launched in December. That was a done for you, and it's going really, really well from the minute we launched it. Sometimes we launch a product and it's slower. So it might be that we've got 10 Vine reviews and it's all really good, but we have to figure the way to work the algorithm and work to the page one. So some weeks we might have 5 or 10 sales. We may drop down to 7. We might be then at 15, but it might take us 90 days to get to that full strategy, because we're working against the competition. We're bidding on different keywords. We may have to lower the price initially by £10, but then we'll still know we've got enough margin, and then we'll put it back up, and it will be within our strategy, but we will make it to the front page. It just may take a little bit longer on certain products. It might take us the full 90 days. It may take us 30 days, 15 days. It may take us 1 week. And it really depends on how competitive that category is, and also what other products have launched since we first chose that product. So in my team, I do have some incredible ad people, and they help us really navigate that. So again, if you're struggling when you're launching your product and you need help, then just obviously reach out to us. We're here to help you, and we can guide you through what that looks like. There are some ad strategies, and there are some kind of basic ads on the platform. And actually, we could put some more 90-day strategies on there that could help you. But again, it's tailored really to the product. So it's almost impossible to do a one-size-fits-all with an ad strategy, because every product's different. But that is something that is really apparent, that, when we're launching, it is a strategy, and we are in this for 1, 2, 3 months to really get the product onto the first page, and then we want to keep it there. So what we then will notice is our advertising cost of spend will come right down, because we're already there. So we have to support the paid ads, and organically we're lifting as well. So then we'll lessen down the paid ads, and it will become quite apparent that we've reached that first page. The only thing that will stop us getting on first page will be if the product is a less than a 4-star review product. Okay, once it drops beneath 4 stars, the algorithm will not be working with us. It will be working against us. So what's super, super important, and I go back to this beginning part of the journey, is we need to make sure our product is really, really good. And that's the point that I will never, ever falter on, because time and time again. And actually my team now have stopped putting these calls to me because there's little that I can do when I have people come to me that haven't taken any lessons from anybody, and they've launched bad product after bad product after bad product, and they've just chucked it on Amazon, haven't checked samples. And I hear the story over and over again. And there's little thing that we can do to help them because they haven't even checked the product quality. They've got 1,000 products in stock and basically nobody wants these products. And then they come to me trying to ask me to help them with an ad strategy to sell them. And I just can't help them because there's really, if they haven't followed the process, it's very difficult. There are some times that we can, but it may be reworking them and putting them in a bundle or whatever, but it's very, very difficult. So what I would say is, we mustn't forget that step. We must always try to improve product, look at bestsellers, read the reviews. It sounds basic. Remember, we've got the new AI tool from AMZ Scout. So for those of you who haven't got software and that are in the beginning of this journey, they're not with a done with you or done for you. What I would say is make sure you are utilizing software. You can use Helium 10, Jungle Scout. We use AMZ Scout because for beginners, it's a lot easier to spot niches. It has a great PL score, a way of kind of just giving an overview on those product, and it's very, very easy to spot. So again, we have a code as well that I'll put in here later. If you are needing to subscribe to software, use the code. It should give you some money off, $10 or $15 off a month. And again, always look for product with a scouting tool. Do not do it without, because you will find it very, very difficult. You can always cancel your subscription after, but while you're looking for the product, utilize that tool because it is super, super, super good. Now, let me just check questions. Yes, Feluke, good question. So Feluke is asking about the manufacturing agreement. Yes, so what I'm doing all the time, and well done for spotting this, I'm updating the platform all the time. So if every journey on Amazon was easy, it will be as simple as 2 + 2 is 4. But sometimes 2 + 2 that you think is going to be 4 might be 5. And Amazon may just throw a little spanner in the works and say, oh, can you prove affiliation between you and the brand? So they might want your certificate from GS1. They may then say, do you have a manufacturing agreement? So all of the things that I'm popping onto the platform are, should I say, things that sometimes may trip you up on your journey. So it's very simple to get the factory to sign a manufacturing agreement. I've put the template on the platform, so well done for noticing that. And basically what that means is if Amazon then come to you at any stage, because, you can be selling, doing really well, and all of a sudden Amazon put your account inactive, or they could say to you, oh, we've just been checking your account. We now need to see your manufacturing agreement. And you're like, okay, this is great. I've been selling on it for a year. We're doing really well. And all of a sudden they're asking for an agreement. So one thing that I now make sure that we have in place is when we're placing the first order, I send them the manufacturing agreement on behalf of my client. So I put in their brand name and all of that, and I'll make sure they sign it and they stamp it. So definitely in the Far East, they love a seal. They always stamp it, and that's great. It makes it look very official. But before getting them to stamp it, make sure you sign it and you put your date in and you get them to rubber stamp that. Then you've got it on your file. Should Amazon ever say, along with your certifications, that obviously you do your checks, what certifications do I need when you're checking your factories, you then make sure you get that manufacturing agreement. There is also a proof of affiliation as well. And sometimes they do ask for that. So make sure when you're buying your barcodes, you buy them in the limited company that you've opened your Seller Central account, because they might say, what is the affiliation between this company, this manufacturer, and you? And then you can prove the affiliation because you're the person that owns the brand's got the trademark, we're using this factory, we've got a manufacturing agreement, and that's a proof of affiliation. It's super simple, but Amazon gets more complicated, and we just need to make sure we've got all the paperwork. Okay. So anything that I get tripped up on, or my clients get tripped upon from time to time, I will always update the portal. So keep an eye, keep a lookout. So, well, great spot, Felipe. And just make sure that you get them to sign your manufacturing agreement. And you can just say, Amazon's asked for our manufacturing agreement, and just get them to fill it out. Yes, Felipe.
So does that mean that on the manufacturing agreement itself, where it says the name of the owner of the brand, do I need to put my name there or my company name?
Yes, so you need to put your name
My name,
and
okay.
then the company.
The
So
company
you're
name.
the owner of the brand
Okay.
and your name and the company name. And then it's got everything. And then it ties up with your trademark, your Seller Central account. Um, and again, it's just silly things like this that sometimes can get Amazon to deactivate your account. And so we want to cover all those eventualities. It may be sometimes something in your images, it may be something in your keywords. So if, for instance, you've done some earbuds and in one of your keywords you've put Apple, they will pull your listing down. And then you'll need to redo your keywords and take out the word Apple.
Yeah.
Um, it's things like that. So using brand names you cannot do. And things like that, they can just completely, suspend your listings. So, we've kind of, as an agency, we also look after big brands and branded accounts that have not necessarily been products that we've chose or we've set up. And we've had it where we've taken over from another agency, and obviously we're not privy to like how long the account's been set up, and we can find out all this information, but we haven't set up the listing. So sometimes this is happened to us when we're sort of just coming on board to a new brand, and we're like, oh my God, what's going on? And then we've checked in all of their keywords, and we found a search term, we found something that's got a name, may be a brand name, it may be something that's not allowed. So then we've got to try and, redo it, we've reactivate the account, and it's not a problem. It's just that it takes time. And it's not like you're talking to the same human being and they look at it and go, oh yeah, that's fine, reactivate. You're in this abyss of, is it going to be 24 hours? Is it going to be 48? Of course, we can open a case, we can get to the help center. But what I mean is, if we have all of these things, it's super easy to just upload it and go, there's my proof of affiliation, there's my manufacturing agreement, boom, 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 boom. So that's definitely why you guys need that. And again, that's why it's so good to have the trademark as well, because the more things that you have, it's much harder for Amazon to say, you haven't got this, you haven't got that. You've got the trademark, you've got the manufacturing agreement, you've got your certifications. Not much else they can ask for. Proof of affiliation, that's about it. So, what I'm trying to do as I go along and we learn in our journey is just obviously keep updating the platform all the time, just so that you guys have got the latest information. So that's what that means. And basically, the thing is with Amazon is not to panic. It's easy to panic. Something happens with your account, you think, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Just relax, breathe. What does it actually say? Okay, how can we get over that? Let's figure it out. And again, we're always here to support you. So if you need help, just give us a shout. Um, okay, I'm going to share with you some new and trending products that I found this month that are doing very well. Just give me a second. And again, this is for people that maybe, maybe you're stuck. Maybe you're thinking, oh my God, I'm still on module 1. What do I do? How do I find winning products? Well, of course, if you follow the modules, then you will find, you'll find all kinds of products that I've put on there. But these are normally in between module 3 and module 4 after the classrooms. Let me just share my screen. So this is a portable Tibetan singing bowl machine. I know it kind of sounds crazy, but if ever you do yoga or you do any kind of like sessions with, you know, kind of spiritual people, you know, I've been in one of those rooms with all the chakras, cleaning my chakras and all of that. They do the sound singing bowl machine and all of that. This is not quite the one that I've seen, but anyway, I thought it was interesting. This only launched in March and it's already doing $7,000. Remember, if it's in the States, it's probably coming here. So nice price, $50. So this is a new one. And then we have got, this one's a bit of a strange one, I thought. A fleece waterproof stadium blanket. So maybe outdoor concerts, you know, especially in England, it's always raining, unfortunately. Average monthly revenue over $20,000. Average price, 39. We like that. Average reviews, 747. So that's a really good ratio of revenue per review. Nice. Niche score of 8. So, you know, stadiums, concerts, all that good stuff. Good niche score. And then we've got here a 2-in-1 steamer and iron. If I got £100 every time I've seen this product, I would be a multi-millionaire by now, because this product has been around forever and it keeps coming back. Every time I look at research, I find it. Steamer for clothes. It's for traveling. When people travel, they want to look good. They want to kind of steam their bits, and yeah, it's here again. So this was launched in July last year, this particular model, $50. Nice price point. And look, 42 reviews. So remember, if this has only got 42 reviews, but it's doing $30,000 a month, that's incredible, right? Because it just goes to show that people aren't necessarily reading reviews to buy the product. So I think that's a pretty good product myself. Liver cleanse, detox, and repair. So those of you are into your supplements, we can't go down the line of vitamin C and vitamin D and all of that. It's done. It's saturated. It's horrendously competitive. I have a client in supplements, but they're very established. It's different. But we are literally fighting all the time, fighting for first spot. What I would say, if you are interested in sort of the supplement markets, you need to go more towards all of this. Pre-probiotic, superbiotic, liver detox, regeneration. It's all about prolonging life. All of that kind of stuff is where it's going. That's what I'm seeing. So again, this product was launched just after the summer, or just kind of during the summer, doing $12,000 of revenue. So about a third profit, probably even more for something like this, because when you've got a product like a makeup product or a supplement product, once you get into high minimum order quantities, high MOQ, the product price goes right down. So they're probably at least making around $4,000 a month on this product. So if that's your financial freedom figure, then that's a good product. And it's a nice price point, $69 for supplements. And that's also something that they're going to subscribe. In the beginning, you might find the products a higher price because you're wanting to buy less. But obviously, as time goes, it's that seesaw effect. And then we've got the mini submersible LED light with remote control, waterproof tea light, underwater light, flameless candle for bars, fish tank, hot tub, swimming pool. It's kind of snazzy. So again, we've gone from LED on the walls. Now we're sticking them in water, which, you know, a few years ago, we probably would have electrocuted ourselves. But now, no. So hot tubs, swimming pools, vases, you name it. People are putting lights in it. So over $20,000, a little bit cheap on the price point for me, at $20. Only 111 review, 111. But again, this is where that whole LED light. Now it's gone to the gardens, and now it's in the rooms, and now it's going into pools and all of that stuff. So prettifying, making the houses look beautiful. Then we have got, just want to check you're on the same page as me. I find this fascinating. I find a lot of these secret audio recording devices, cameras, kind of freaks me out. People are like wanting to record people on the secret. I mean, I don't know what these people do. Maybe they're detectives. Maybe they're like secret squirrels. But this is a niche score of 9. Average monthly revenue, 41,000. I mean, this is pretty good. Average price, $52. So again, anything secret, like I'm finding like big news. Cameras, Airbnbs, I'm pretty scared staying one ever again because maybe they're recording us in the mirrors. I mean, you never know. Secret audio devices, the ones you put in your car, I mean, they're all very, very good. So if you're thinking of small and light, could be a good product for you. Again, you have to do your homework. I'm not saying that these are the right products for you. I just want to give you some ideas because I know a lot of you are like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? So just giving you some ideas here. And then this is quite a cute one, bit off the kind of, bit different. This is a Jellycat Monroe Scotty Dog bag charm. Bit of a mouthful. 4 inches. Dog and puppies plush chain. So it's a gift idea, basically. You know, what do you buy? The daughter, the kid, the friend's kid that has got lots of stuff, or maybe just an adult that likes jelly cats. You know, nothing wrong with that. $28,000 in this thing. Can you believe it? It's a key ring. 28,000, and it's $24. I mean, I nearly fell off my chair. So again, only 17 reviews, not competitive at all. The things here that you'd be looking for, of course, is how do you improve it? How do you find something that's unique? Are there things, plushes and stuff like that that are coming in that weren't in before? How do we differentiate? You know, all of that stuff. So yeah, that would be my thing here. And then again, the makeup brushes are back. 54 pieces. Not quite sure how you make money on that. Cheap and cheerful, probably. I don't think they would be cruelty free, but you know, maybe there's a market for people that don't really care. I prefer to do something a bit more ethical, but you know, launched in May last year, over $20,000 in revenue, 44 reviews. So again, when products have got little amounts of reviews, it's easy to kind of get ahead of them because it means that if they're already in the top 10 and the review count is low, then there's going to be lots of room to get in there. So that's an interesting one. Couple more for you. I thought this was really interesting, actually. Baby oil calming and soothes rough and irritated skin. Now, obviously, when you have a newborn or your friend has a newborn or you want to buy a gift or whatever, you want anything to put on their skin to be natural. You want it to calm. You want it to be non-greasy. This product is doing nearly $10,000 a month and it's $25. I mean, wow, it's expensive. What are they doing? Putting frankincense in there? I don't know. But it's really nicely branded, isn't it? That bottle, it's really, really nice. I don't know what Row means. It's their brand name. But yeah, I thought it was very interesting. They launched in 23. They're doing 10,000 a month and they've still only got 61 reviews. I mean, it's pretty good. So yeah, if you're into babies and that's your niche, could be a good one to look into. And then last one, I think. I have no idea what this product is because I'm not into blower motor resistor compatible with select Chevy Silverado, but I would imagine it's something to do with a blower or a motor. Again, maybe your niche, $25. over 7,000, could be a low entry point. So I'm going to be popping some of these onto the onto our platform this month, so you can see some more trending products. We've also got some other ones from the month that we'll be putting on there. And then I just wanted to also show you, now I've just got to find it. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, there's another product. I forgot to share this one with you. This is needle punch, relaxing punch needle projects. So for those of you in crafts, crafts is always a good one. Niche score of 7, $10,000 a month, $21. So you could just add a few more things in there, get it up a little bit. But again, over $10,000 on a little crafty set. So if you're good with crafts, could be very good for you. I wanted to just show you, hold on. Okay. Let me just check if I've got any questions. This would be good for Glastonbury, Isle of Wight. Yeah, you're right there. You're talking about the Cape, Astrid. How different generations shop online. I'm going to put this in the January report online. Generational theories aim to explain how groups of people born around the same time tend to share similar attitudes, values, and behaviors based on their life experiences. These theories help us to understand social changes and predict trends. So we've got the prophets, the baby boomers, visionaries focused on values and morality, the nomads, the Gen X, pragmatic and independent, often growing up during times of social upheaval, heroes, which are millennials, and then we've got artists, which is the Gen Z. So in this, you can see what you are when you were born. Are you a Gen X? So I'm a Gen X. Then we've got the millennials. Then you've got the Gen Z. You've got the boomers, before that, the silent and the GIs. But it's quite interesting because it talks about how these people shop, what they look for, do they use social media, and how they make their decisions when buying. Average age of an Amazon user is 37. 45% of Amazon's customers fall within the 35 to 49 age group. And then it shows you about how they interact with smartphones and technology, how they use the platforms to find inspiration, research products, and connect with brands they like. 46% are connected for 10 plus hours a day. That's kind of scary, isn't it? And then, 43% prefer in-person communication, blah, blah, blah. And then Gen Z, it's quite interesting. So I will put that on there. You can have a read, bit of nighttime reading for you before you go to bed, to learn how we should target millennials. Those of you who want to target millennials, again, we need to learn how to target them, and also Gen Z, because this is the new generations. This is my generation here. Baby boomers before that. I think Gen X goes to 81. And again, how do they shop? It's very, very interesting. So I will pop that on there for you as well. And like I say, have a read because it's super, super interesting. I'm going to jump to some more questions because it's already 1:45. Oh, you're a Gen Z too, a Gen X too, Rachel. Good, same as me. I belong to the boomers. So you're after, are you, boomers? Are you before? No, you can't be before. Oh my God, you look too young for that. I would have never said that.
I was born in 63.
63. Oh my God, I thought you were like my age. You are wearing well, my lady. Gen X, Astrid. There you go. See? So it's interesting
Thank
getting to
you.
see how people, you're welcome, how people shop, how they think, what social platforms they use. So hopefully tonight you've kind of got some interesting ideas about some products if you haven't got any, how it works with that perfect product formula from beginning to end. You've seen it in a visual, you've seen it mapped out. Obviously, there's loads of things in between, but it kind of gives you that overview look of how do I get myself from here to here. So that's another thing for you to take away from tonight. And then, of course, let me pop in the chat as well that code. So I just had someone asking about that. Let me do that before I forget, because I will. Okay, so you just put this in the basket when you're checking out for discount code, and that will work. And that is in AMZ Scout. So for those of you who don't know where to go, you need to go to AMZ Scout. Obviously, you can add that for free. You can do it for 6 trials, 6 little searches, and then it will charge you, but you can just use it for 1 month and always cancel it as well. What else do I have to tell you? Yes, for those of you who didn't see, one of our success stories that we launched. Let me show you this product. 1 second. Ding, 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 ding. Hold on, hold on, hold on. This box is getting in the way. So this is a product that I launched for a client. We've got the Amazon Choice badge, just saying, guys, you know, not a big thing or anything in the US to get Amazon Choice. Hello, it's a very big thing. So this is something that was done for you for a client in the US, 2 wonderful brothers. And by the way, they're not vloggers at all. They're in the financial market, and the other's a surgeon. So we just launched this in the US in December, and we launched with a flying start, and it's continued to do really well. So look, we're really chuffed. We've now got 20 reviews. And I wanted to show you this because, you know, when I showed you that map at the beginning, and I showed you when you launch a product into Amazon and we do the Vine review program, this you're going to see in action, because this is what we did. So here, Amazon Vine customer review, a free product. They have to state that they're an Amazon Vine reviewer. And this is what they did. They did like a whole video, they did pictures, they wrote about it, and they gave us 5 stars. And this one here was a Vine reviewer as well. So why that's really good is because in the beginning, when you're choosing which product to choose and it doesn't have any reviews, you probably think, I'm not going to get that one because it's got no reviews. What's really good about doing the Vine program, although you might have to give some products away and you can choose how many, what it means is you get reviews quick. Yeah. So this is why it helps the algorithm. It wakes it up along with the ads, and it's really super important to do. So again, Amazon Vine customer review, free product. Amazon Vine, look at all these people reviewing the product. Okay. Now, this one gave us a 3-star. I don't like them. But anyway, it's okay. Sometimes you're going to get a 3-star. Not everyone's going to give you 5-star. That's okay. But we're still going to read the reviews, and we're going to still see what they say. Is it someone just being like picky, or is it someone being giving us valid feedback that we can improve upon? And again, this is what I mean, like another 5-star, another 5-star. And look, nice images. That's our 3-star. And then we've got Greg here, Mr. Gerg. He's so sweet. Look at him. He's like done a whole review for us. And it's in a little video. Look, overall, this kit offers excellent value. So this is why we do the Vine program, because we know we've tested and tried the product. We know we've written a manual. We know they're going to love it, right? Because we're brought into this. Okay. This is why we do it. So hopefully for those of you going, what is Vine and why do we do it? And is it worth the money? Yes, yes, and yes. Okay. So this is the must, and you can see, look, perfect for streaming. Everything you could possibly need. Well, why do they give us a bloody 4-star? Excuse me. Everything we need? Why not a 5-star? Okay. So this is what we did. That's why we did that. We also did on the first page, what we do on our listing, it has to be on white background. Remember I told you it has to be zoomable. We put the package in. So we did a beautiful branded box. I'm always talking about a branded box, I know, but you know, never wears thin. And then we put all the products. So that first page, that first image needs to show everything that's in the kit. I don't care if it's a box. We put the box on there. Okay. Because when you're looking at the listings, and I'll show you in a minute, ours stands out because we've actually got the branding. And what else did we do? We brought the brand. Okay. So what else can we have on the listing? The video. Now we're getting loads of videos, lots of influencers as well now. So we're going to be uploading those as well. We're going to be running ads on those. We have to be careful because at the moment we've only replenished the stock twice and we haven't got that much stock. We're fingers crossed that they arrive before we run out. So again, we're just going with the flow because we don't want to run out of stock. We've got stock on the water. So again, we are doing what we wanted to do. So we are here and we are selling at $60. Nice price point. And we're now over $12,000. We launched at 13,000. And the reason this has slowed down a little bit today, we're still Amazon's choice, is because our stock is 84 listing quality, which is good. But our stock isn't, we're doing 208 units a month, but we've got less than 100 pieces at the moment. So we're just kind of, you know, hopefully going to make it to the next stock levels. But, you know, again, great launch. And this is what we will do with you guys. But we just need to make sure we've got that combination. We've got the combination of great product, great branding, trademark, all of those things on that process. Okay. So we can't miss out one step. Because if we miss out the step, then we're not going to get this success. Okay. That is why we have to follow the formula. Okay. And that is the formula. So any more questions, guys? Get them in the chat. How do we sell our products to shops apart from Amazon? Or how do we offer and sell our products before they even arrive? There is a platform where you can put your products on, like, I think it's the Range. There's a few platforms that you can put them on, and I'll put it inside the platform. There's one called Range Me, and you can be discovered by buyers on there. There's a few platforms like that. And I think the Range have a platform as well where you can just offer them to sell your product and they can pick it up. But what I would say for other department stores that I work with, your brand has to be a little bit established because they want people to walk in the stores and want to buy your brand. So you have to have a bit of a social presence. You have to have like a bit of an established brand. But check out Range Me online. That's a really good one. And the Range itself, I think if you type in the Range, there's a way that you can list your products. And if they like them, they can sell them. So that's a good one. I am going to be creating another course soon, which is called the Perfect Product Formula. And I'm going to be doing more modules in there with regard to like department stores and TK Maxx and all the other QVC. And you might have seen on my social, I've been at QVC in Germany and Italy and introducing brands to them. So I'm going to be adding that onto the Perfect Product Formula. And obviously you guys are in the course, so you'll get access to it. How you can get access to like all these other platforms as well. So it's work in progress. It's not done by a long shot, but you know, you feel free to ask me questions about it. And of course, I will help you every step of the way. Guys, 5 minutes to do we have any more questions for tonight? I'm gonna have a quick drink. 1 second. Oh, that mint tea's cold. Obviously my assistant's gone to sleep tonight. I didn't get a tea. Can't get the service. Yes, so Any more questions? Any more questions, guys? Other products I've discovered. 2 more products. Air tags for wallets. Big news. Air tags in general. Big news. If you're into arts and crafts, again, another one that I'm seeing around tabletop easels seems to be coming up a lot. And I've got one as well for you, Lou and Greg. I'm not going to say it here because I saw this earlier and I thought, wow, second product. So I will, yes, it's something that you've already told me about, but this kind of takes it to a new level. So I'll message you after. So yes, guys, it's been a pleasure as always. Are there any more questions for me? Because if not, I'm going to go get my warm mint tea, and I will pop this on the platform tomorrow at some stage, maybe in the afternoon. But if any of you want to rewatch, please do. Also, if anybody does want any extra services, for those guys are on the online course only. If you want to talk to the team about report services, done with you, done for you, please do get in touch. You're welcome. You're welcome. You can always contact us at hello@onewillingproduct.com and one of the team will come back to you. Yeah, it's been lovely seeing you. Happy New Year, although it is belated. I will, oh, you're welcome, Greg. Don't worry, I know what you meant. LK, it's all the same. Thank you, Lou. Yeah, whatever you need, we are here. Do not be a stranger. And yeah, can't wait to catch up next month. Remember, it's always the last Thursday of every month. If you don't get to come, they're recorded, put it on the platform. And if you need anything else, give us a shout. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Lovely
Thank you
to
so
see you.
much.
You are very.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Good
And
night,
take care.
everyone.
See
Bye-bye.
you next month.
Okay, bye.